Today I'm going to be reviewing Apple AirPods. These AirPods have a very crisp, clear audio. There's a lot of bass. The clarity is amazing. You can hear everything that's going on in the song, whether it's a very low sound or a very high sound that's in your face. And I personally feel that these AirPods are a lot better than the original Apple earbuds that Apple put out years ago. Second pro is the look. I think they look pretty cool, like when you're, walking around campus, people see you got AirPods, and I'd say 1 out of every 5 times I wear these, someone usually says something like, yo, where did you get them? How much? Or they look really cool, just compliment in general. The third pro is that they're very easy to use. So I can't really demonstrate because I'm recording on my phone, but the way they work is you hold your phone out and you just lift the lid, and it'll, if your Bluetooth is on your phone, a little thing at the bottom portion of your screen will pop up to connect these. So when that pops up, all you do is put one in, put another in. Let's move on to the cons of the AirPods. Getting them out of the case requires 2 hands. That's kind of annoying because if you're going to class, you're walking, you don't really have anything to put your phone on, and you have your phone out because you obviously have to have your phone out to connect these. So, it's not like you can just one-handedly, you can't. It's just not possible. So you gotta, get one out and then get the other out with 2 hands. So that's kind of annoying because you have to put your phone away and then bring it out again once you have them in your ear. So I don't know, doesn't really mix well sometimes. Another con is that the background noise when you're listening to music is so apparent. This is probably the least likable thing about the AirPods in my opinion. When you're listening to music, you can hear a lot of talking in the background, depending on where you're at. If you're in a cafeteria or something, there's a lot of background noise, and nothing really comes with these saying that they're going to be noise canceling or noise reducing, but I kind of feel like that should be expected. I feel like you should, have noise canceling or noise reducing on these just because of how much they are. And that leads me to my next con, the price tag of these. I paid $160 for these little things and this case. It's very expensive, very pricey. Another con is that the battery doesn't last very long. It lasts a good amount of time, but I'd say with what you're paying, I think they should last a little longer. For me, I listen to these all day, and when I get back to my dorm, I start at 9 a.m., then when I get back at 7 o'clock, it's they're pretty much dead. And even when they're getting low on battery, the quality starts to reduce a little bit. They kind of connect and disconnect a lot. So that's another con. My final con is that they can be an issue to keep track of, at least for myself. I already lost this case that comes with them at college, so I had to buy a new one for, I think it was $80 or $70. So almost half of what the whole thing is. So yeah, that's another thing. If you lose the case, it's not like you can go and find my iPhone and track your case, because it's not possible. You can only track these. And if you just lose the case without them in it, then it's kind of virtually impossible to track them. So you have to find them yourself. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to find mine. So I had to buy a new one. In conclusion, I'd probably say that these are not worth the money. They're easy to lose, the battery doesn't last that long, and the sound quality is great, but I don't really think there's enough blocked out in the background when you're listening to music to, for them to put a $160 price tag on them, and that's my personal opinion.